Hi, Cynthia. So I don't see you, but I can see that you are here. Very good that you can make it. So you will see I will be talking about body talk, and it's starting 5 o'clock. So people are still gathering here. The first body talk at 2 o'clock was very good. If you are here, you can even ask any questions. We're gonna wait for a few more people. We will see how many people will join. But anyway, I will go ahead shortly. And I will share. I don't know. Probably not. That's what I'm going to do. 5 o'clock. You're waiting a few more seconds, few more minutes for the people. When I was doing the first presentations, 2 o'clock, so people that were coming and leaving, but 90% of the people there, they stay. And I won't even go more than an hour. So this body talk presentation should be around 30, 40 minutes. Waiting for more people. We're joining there. I was talking to Freddie, he's organizer of My Body Experience. He said everything went brilliant, but lots of speakers, they have the technical issues. So we believe that we are not going to have today. You can hear me clearly. If you have any questions, what you want to ask during the presentations, just write down, pop in. People are joining, good. So a few more seconds and then we start. You should all see my screen, and I'm gonna put more. Yeah, that's it. All right. So this we go down, that we can see what's going on. All right. So okay. So I will start. Okay. People they might go here, but that's okay. So you see, my name is Joseph Jurkulak, and I am the founder of Energy with Nutrition Natural Healing Clinic, based in Dublin, but I also travel to West Cork when I'm doing regular treatment there. And I'm also doing online treatment and distance treatment, or anywhere, pardon, the world. Today I want to talk about body talk and why I find out the body talk is so impressive and speaking to me. I was working like a waitress, like a manager in one of the busy hotel. That time I was already part-time. I was already practitioners, and behind me was kind of naturopathic medicine, bioenergy, and the more in my toolbox. But the one day there was the Dr. John Weltime, and he was doing the body talk healing presentations. And I was just curious. I Googled him. I went on the Google, and I find that that time he was giving the talk in Singapore and Japan and Germany and all of the world. And I was like, who is this gentleman? What he's doing? Why is so crowded people there? So I sneaked there and I was listening to his talk, and everything clicked inside me. So if anybody of you is any practitioner is here, so I would recommend it to listen to this talk and see if this resonates with you, the body talk. So basically the Dr. John Welton, he's Australian and he's the founder of Body Talk, and he combines Western and Eastern knowledge and philosophy of the neuroscience, traditional acupuncture, Chinese medicine, osteopathy, kinesiology, and energy medicine into the powerful Body Talk systems. And he was doing the demonstrations, and I was fascinating. Like he was saying, when you go to the doctor, so the doctor, he will send you, depends on the problems, he will send you to the stomach doctor to check the endoscopy and colonoscopy, or he will send you to heart doctors or the brain doctors. So everybody is basically an expert on the one part of the body. If you go to alternative therapies, can be herbalists or acupuncturists, so they look on their own perspective according to their belief systems and their expertise, and they will treat the clients. So with the same symptoms, the different approach. So herbalist will looking for the detoxification of the liver. Naturopath, he will looking for the fasting, or he will look in the diet. But nobody is looking for all emotional, physical, mental, nutritional symptoms, can all this together. And that's what Body Talk does, because it takes everything under own umbrella. I want to go to another second side. I was studying under this beautiful lady. Her name is Tracy Clark, and she was one of my instructors. Body Talk has many good instructors, and she teach me, and she has PhD in integrative medicine from Quantum University. And she said, I know no other symptoms of healthcare that takes the time to hear and the whole story addressing the whole person as the opposite to the symptom or the disease. Today, I'm also gonna teach you brain balance technique, how to release the stress. The Body Talk supporting many experts in the medical field, such as James Oschmans or, for example, Bruce Lipton. For example, James Oschman is author of Energy Medicine, The Scientific Basis, and also James Oschman he wrote the two books, Therapeutic and Human Performance, and he's a leader in energy medicine and quantum physics. But the Body Talk has many experts. He's one of them. The another one is Bruce Lipton, and he is PhD, well known. And he was saying about Body Talk, there is astonishingly simple and effective form of therapy that allows the body's energy systems to be re-synchronized so they can operate as should. And also Dr. Bruce Lipton is saying, each system's cell and atoms is constant communication with each other at all times. So Body Talk can be used as the standard care systems or treat many health problems, or seamlessly integrate into any healthcare systems to integrate its effectiveness and promote faster healing. That's what Bruce Lipton said. I want to go to another slide. So every choice, every experience has contributed to your current state of health. Your health is a story since you were born until now, and then we die. So we kind of, all the symptoms and the health issues is going with us since we were born. So it's all about the details. And the details what makes any story unique and interesting. Every person's health is unique, and each and every person is exposed to a completely different set of details. And these details might be choices of the experience and environmental factors, our belief systems, our active memory, our family issues, our financial issues. So it's a whole spectrum. It's not just black and white. Body Talk is integration of the Western and Eastern medicine. We have our old health story. So here, for example, knee. Did you know that knees are related to fear and willpower? we're looking for here Western and Eastern medicine, and I explain you Western and Eastern because I have the problem with the knee pain, and it was a terrible knee pain. And I went to the doctor, and he did the X-ray, and he gave me painkillers. And I came again to him, and I said, I have the knee problems, and he said, no problems, I give you the stronger painkillers. But that wasn't an answer what I was looking for. There was an answer. I had the still pain, even that I received the painkillers. And I was 20-something years old. So I wanted to get rid of this pain and learn the healthy lifestyle. So from Western medicine, if you go to the doctor, so he needs to look how the knee is working and what knee is doing for us. So it's supporting our body weight, isn't it? Standing positions, sitting positions, walking, everyday activity. So the question is, what knee needs for a proper functions? For the proper function needs the good cartilage, for example, healthy synovial fluid, calcium, and so on. But from Eastern medicine philosophy, knee relate to fear and willpower. From Chinese and energy medicine philosophy, knees have connections to kidneys. And it makes sense because behind the knees is all the kidney meridians running from the kidneys to the knees. So if you go to acupuncturist, he's not only stick the needles in your knees, but also in your lower back. So my personal problem with the knee pain was the combinations of food intolerance, then I suppressed all the emotions on my life, and then was my kidney exhaustions because I was workaholic and I was working too much. The power is in the details. So rather than focusing on the symptoms, body talks find the hidden cause of illness by looking the physical, emotional, and environmental factors. So here the client has the neck pain. His own main complaint is the neck pain, but he forgot that he had the knee pain as well, that he has another issues in his life. So this neck pain actually been aggravated by a couple of things. So I said the knee pain, and can be emotional, physical, mental, or digestive issues. Our innate communicate to us in many forms, including symptoms, pain, and pleasure. The question is, do we listen? So our body has the innate intelligence that knows everything about you and has the natural impulse to our balance. But when we have the pain and when we need to do, we need to work, so we just push the pain aside, or we take the painkiller. Oh, stop me the way, give me the headaches. We just not stop and thinking, why do we have migraines? Why do we have the headaches? Why we are constantly has the neck pain or shoulder pain or other pain? What's the pain is the talking to us? Why the pain is talking to us? What do we need to look at? So let's try to keep single. So since we were born until now and until we die, the body has constantly going on and healing ourselves. If you could imagine a timeline that begins with the conceptions. So I said the birth time and continue until now. So there is the portion of times when we felt healthy and we have the symptoms free. So it looks like the body is doing a good job, isn't it? Keeping us below our threshold and maintaining itself. Every time we exposed to additional stresses that isn't released from our body and mind, the body remembers, store the memories of these details in these tissues, and maybe in the DNA. Doesn't mean that the one incident was created the problem. It was an accumulation of everything. So I want to look and break down here that you start to get understanding our body thought. So we look on the first dot of our disease, which we have the neck pain in this case. So first dot is store emotion of fear from our father, who is never happy with his son and asking him working harder like his big brother. So his big brother is always the best, and I need to work harder and harder to prove my father that I'm good, the same like my brother. The second dot, we looking here, this person he got the football injury to the knee, and the knee can't quite heal properly because of emotional storage of the fear from early childhood. And if you remember from first slides, the near light to our fear and willpower, so we experience the issues, it can be release of fear as well. All right, so I'm going here and I can see the first slide here. So that can be the problem. If we're looking for on third dot, and third dot is running. So the aggravation of injury with continuous overuse in running. Again, here is the where the concept of willpower comes in. An unhealthy expressionist will attempt to overcome fear. Basically, he pushed himself extra harder to show his father to like him like his brother. The four dots, we have the family here. Family stress, nobody supporting him. He doesn't feel this. The fifth dot is now he's working and his boss criticized of his work project. And sixth dot, we have the neck pain. So it was the accumulation is all the story. Wasn't just one situations. Wasn't when I was on the computer. Was the combinations. Another here, for example, I can give you severe back pain I can talk about. And it's another great example because lots of people are suffering with the severe back pain. So if looking for somebody is a therapist here, looking for Reiki or energy medicine, they will say, that's all Lingam root chakra. Yes, it's all about finances, boundaries. There is rooting there. So many people report they just woke up with it. I didn't have before. I just bend my, I bent down to tie my shoes and I got this pain. So for the person, for example, here on the picture, whose pain came on with the shoe tying, the act of tying the shoes is what appeared to bring. With only, this is combination here. And I want to go again, the first dot, second, third. The first dot, intense fight between the mother and father was in the fetal life. It was surprise, pregnancy, and the stress of the news leads to fear, anger, and blame. And we know how it's important. We know how it's important when a woman is pregnant and is expecting the baby, and the baby is developing all the times, and there is central nervous system is developing as well. So it's too much stress for the fetal life. The second dot, we might get the toxin from the chemicals in childhood immunizations. And here is the sensitive topic here as well. But let's say we receive some toxins from our childhood life. The third dot, we are bullied at school. 4, stress of not having enough money and to support the family. So we have constantly issues. We have constantly issues with the money. And the 5th, lastly, physical strain of bending down to the tie shoe. So we might go with this back problem. We might go to physiotherapist, and the physiotherapist, he might help us to remove the pain. Yes, but they might be temporary or take the painkillers to temporary. But we didn't rid off the problems because we didn't look like a back engineering to our life. So your outside appearance is individual. Each scar, laugh, line, and mole has a story and a history. Your insiders are equally as individual. So what story is your body holding on, and what's stopping you for the natural healing response? The big part in our mind-body well-being is the subconscious mind, because this is a storehouse for all beliefs, all memories, and all knowledge. It's like autopilot for disease, but also for health and healing. In the master holder of incoming information, pulling from the library from past experience to hold and operate from. And like the clinical hypnotherapist and hidden mind corrective sound therapist. So many times I need to go back engineering and to find out what happening when I was 2 years old, 3 years old, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10. Any shock, trauma, situation, anxiety, feeling, phobia, sadness. So we need to go back engineering. In Body Talk is a beautiful method called active memory. When body actively something remembering, and it always go over and over and over and over, and doesn't give a break, and it's accumulation of the stress, and it's like a snowball is getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and suddenly it's big ball, and we don't know what to do with this. Here we're looking for our or are as hidden stressors, which can be habit patterns, belief system, physical tensions, scar tissues, emotional factors, and so on. In other words, we are looking to identify the details from your body story that is holding you from the natural healing response. So many of us go through life with the complete lack of body-mind awareness. We look at the symptoms and that's it. Pain or healthy. But our priority needs to be about focusing on these details of the story, because the details are the underlying cause of any disease. It's combinations. It's not just black and white. And how does the body heal is the questions. So our body does have the ability to self-heal and self-regulate. But unfortunately, we stuff things in the dark corner. We put in the box under carpet, under the bed, under the sofa. All the sadness, work, self-image, grief, low self-esteem. In other words, we are not processing and releasing our stress. Instead, what we do, we push it away, it dampen our sense, and because we could hurt us, and it's kind of unknown feeling. We don't know what to do with this. So we put an emotion into our box and never open. But sadly, it will simply surface any other way until we are ready to address it. If we can shine the light of the whole story, we have the ability to shift our perspective to whole health life. So mind-body connections. So your body is telling a story. So let's hear from the body. By finding the details, we can understand the story and allowing for us to change. Albert Einstein said, this is beautiful. He said that no problem can be solved from the same level of the thinking in which it was created. So unless there is a transformations in attitudes, thoughts, or belief systems, we could call this a shift in perspective, awareness. We won't be able to move the past the problem. We need to look differently. And that's how Body Talk can put into place. Every part in our body has the story and role to play. And I could talk about organs and different part of the body, but let's say, look in the large intestine. So large intestine is saying, you may think that my only role is to eliminate the waste as a result of the digestion of the food. But I do much more than that. I also eliminate impure thoughts. So not only large intestine eliminate our food, what we are eating, if it's good or bad, but it also input the thoughts and emotion as a result of your life experience. So by doing this, I'm able to generate grief to help you to let it go and move on. So we all know situations before the exam or stress situations. So we had all constipation or diarrhea or feel something tight in our stomach, in our belly. So the desire to be in control of every situation leads to the inability to surrender yesterday emotions, which you call constipations. When I'm functioning properly, I allow for the ability to release the past and cleanly enter each day with an open-minded. So the other words, let it go. Beautiful testimonial for one of the professional golfer, Annika Sorensen, and she said they used a new therapy called Body Talk and told me I probably got the problems in my hip because of the things I've gone through in my personal life. Can you see this? It was the mental thing that made me fragile in the physical way. All was fine after September. I can swing the clubs like I want to now. And this was published in the Golf World magazine. And Annika Sorensen, she closed the year by winning 3 of her last 4 tournaments. But physically, she was exercising and she was preparing for a tournament. But mentally, she was going, I call the turbulence of the plane, the turbulence in the life, when the marriage broke up, when she didn't have the support from the family, and all this was in the hip, and again is the root chakra was affecting to her like the physical body. So Body Talk healthcare designed by your body. Understand the physiology of the body and the influence has on your health. The practitioner here is to listen because they were trained. They need to do 90% of oral and written exam. They need to know about endocrine systems, musculoskeletal systems, how the brain operating, and then so on. So we are promoting the body's ability to self-heal. This is important because everybody can self-heal. The body can self-heal if we could do right nutrition, good exercise, sleep, and so on. If we find out the miscommunications in our endocrine systems, muscular systems, digestive system, so body start to function better. It's getting better and better and better. So the fact is that sometimes you have the stressors or environmental factors that prevent your body from self-healing, isn't it? And this creates a breakdown in the communication with the body. So we can think this is the relations of the family. What if brother and sister living in the same house were not talking together? So it's how is affecting all family, not just brother and sisters. Can you imagine the tensions this would cause? By simply restoring the communications between brother and sister, the whole dynamic in the house will change. And this is what Body Talk does in our body. Body Talk works with the natural healing response, with our inner wisdom. And I want to go down the slide, and we are here. So all the bruises and cuts, the body naturally can heal. So let's say we have we broken the wrist. So we go to the doctor. The doctor, he doesn't know how to heal the wrist. So he needs to do X-ray. And X-ray, he find out it's broken. So he will put some cast, and we go home. And the question is, who is healing the wrist? The doctor, me? Who is healing the wrist? Yeah, doctor was part of the solutions because he did the X-ray, he did the good job, and he support the wrist. And he also might give some painkillers to relieve. But then our body, inner wisdom, knows how to heal, when to send the osteoclast, blood clots, how to calcium, how to heal the wrist. But sometimes it's not priority for our body to heal the wrist because we are overstressed. We are mentally not steady. So the old workers from, let's say here, I'm talking metaphorically, so give to another part of the body to heal. And then we develop the wrist pain, isn't it? So it's only temporary relief what we got from the painkillers and medication. So I'm conscious of the time. So our formula for listening to your body mind is the biofeedback technique and the structure intuitions, which is the left brain knowledge, whatever you learn in the college or whatever you learn here. For us is the physio and anatomy of the body, endocrine systems, and so on for the body talk chart protocol, and then right brain intuitions. And this is the combined Western and Eastern medicine and philosophy of body talk. Intuition is the spontaneous application of knowledge and experience to provide understanding and insight. So when we look in the mechanic, for example, mechanic can hear the engine and he knows straight away what's going on with the car and how to fix it without even looking. Here in the chef, through his life experience, because he's cooking so much dishes, so by the smelling, he knows what type of spices this needs this dish. And when he needs to taste, he will taste, and then he will get more knowledge. So it depends on the body talk practitioner background. If he's an energy healer, if he's a reflexologist, whatever he's in the toolbox, he can help you the best way give you therapeutic protocol to heal your own body. Steve Jobs said intuition is very powerful things, more powerful than the intellect, in my opinion. That's had a big impact of my work. So I began to realize that intuitive understanding and consciousness was more significant than abstract thinking and intellectual logical analysis. So again here, when we put to the normal, simple language, so Steve Jobs has to have the knowledge about computers, electronics, and so details, but the passions, what he was carrying with it, and the intuitions, and the see outside of the box, things out of the box, that's make him unique. That's make him to be profound the job from all the computers. So what does the body talk session look like? Clients will come to the therapist in the person or the distance. You filled up the intake form. We're talking about health issues, what needs to be, what would like to be improving. Usually clients lying down on massage table, face up, but fully clothed. When I'm doing distance treatment, I just ask the clients to do not drive, and I can do the Zoom or video WhatsApp video call. I can see the clients. I don't have to see the clients, and we are using arms or hand of clients for the biofeedback, and this is advanced technique of the kinesiology. Depends of the practitioners. The sessions might take around 60 minutes. In personal, I do 90 minutes because I want to really know kind of more details about the body. I want to pre-chat. Lots of people are more chatty. There are other people that are quiet. They don't want to say any words. So all this kind, but my sessions is the same price for 90 minutes, and I might go longer if the body needs. So the essential for the protocol is the map of the guide, the practitioners. And here is like we have the 10 minutes here, and we are okay with the time. So here is like the GP is coming and is navigating us, like I said, from the born until now, and where was the disease, when that happened, and how it was aggravating, when was the little fire, and was make the gasoline to make the big fire, the inflammations, and now we have a problem. So here we look at the liver and pancreas. So there were communications, and clients was complaining about abdominal pain, the right side pain. So what we find here, we find that according to Chinese medicine, the liver is the main planner and is constantly warring. From the Western medicine, liver is storehouse of minerals and vitamins, and also doing detoxifications, has the phase 1 and the phase 2. Pancreas is make sure that we have the glucose and we have a sugar constantly feeding for our brain and every cells. And here was the communications breaking down between liver and pancreas, and that was causing the abdominal pain. Body Dog in nutshells. Rather than focusing on the symptoms, Body Dog find the hidden causes of the illness by looking at the physical, emotional, and environmental factors. So every choices, every experience has they contribute to your current state of health. Each scar, lifeline, and mole has a unique story. So Wall Healthcare synchronized the whole story by understanding influences on your health. So now is the good part when I'm gonna show you something what you can take on. I'm gonna show you how to do brain balance technique. And is one of the simple technique when you can teach in a Body Talk Access class. It's just 1-day course when you can learn 5 or 6 techniques, and every day you can apply for yourself and family. Here I'm gonna teach you how you can kind of relax yourself. Some people, they do meditation, some people do the breathing exercise, there are other people tapping. So all this kind of combinations together, and keep the left and right hemisphere. Just look what's going on in the body and just relax or focus. So what I want from you, I want you to all looking at me, and we're gonna do it together. So I want you to take left or right hands, whatever hands you have, and put the hands at the back of the skull here. Yeah, so we are covering the left and right part of the body. And what I want from you, we're gonna do the tapping. We're gonna tap our head between left and right. We just spread the finger and tap head. Tap, tap, tap. Tap, tap, tap. Tap, tap, tap. That's it. That's it. And we are doing the hit. We are looking for breathing, 2 deep breathing. Breathe in and breathe out. That's it. You can have an open eyes or you can have a closed eyes. So we're tapping the head between left and right brain, light tapping, then heart, and there are good brain. Now we are changing our head positions, just a little bit ahead, and we are covering our middle part. Tap, tap, tap. That's it. That's it. We have a 6 minutes, which is okay. You have a time for the questioning as well. Then we're going to another part. And we simply let it go. So I might tap when I find myself that I'm more in the head, so I tap more in the head. I might tap on my hands or in front. Doesn't matter, as soon as we tap it in left and right hemisphere. The type of our heart and a good brain around the navel area. And don't forget to breathe. That's it. That's it. Covering another part. Tap, tap, tap. So in my mind, I am saying communications, focus, and balance. But you can use your own words. Communication, synchronized balance. The forehead is our frontal lobe when we need to, store our focus, and ability to solve the problems. Now we cover all this. We cover all this middle brain. Now we need to cover the side of the brain. The side of the brain is limbic brain. We have all the emotional storage, our belief systems, and our pain. So we are limbic brain. We are covering, and we're doing tap tap tap, tap of your heart, and tap of your gut. That's it. Tap 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 tap. I feel so good. So you can tap as many times as you like, but focus on the breathing. I do first in the morning before I'm going to brush my teeth, but some people, they find out if they can't sleep, they are doing their cortices. The other people, they just do in the morning to wake them up. And that's it. So we're covering all this part of the brain and the sidebar. If you go to body talk, if you go to mind body experience, so I did the demo there, then you can see how I did step by step, or you can simple Google brain balance cortices body talk technique. So what is the story your body is telling you? It's holding you back from your true health, giving your body a voice, uncovering a story. You can give me the question here now. We have still 3 minutes, which is okay. If you find out it is talking to you and you would find out more, text me, find the emails, or go to bodytalksystem.com. There's many therapists there. If you want to somebody from UK or from Northern Ireland of Ireland, go to Body Talk System Ireland, and there is practitioners, instructors, and go. If you mention Mind Body Experience, there will be charge 50 euros for the first. Some instructor, they 100 euros, the other 120, depends on the skills they have. So we decide go to 50 euros for the first sessions, for the tasting sessions. We have lots of very good testimonials, menstrual cramps, abdominal pain and constipations. And this is, for example, for the people when they were seeking for the help, and now they are practitioners, and now they are helping people. Colon cancer, 89 years old. I had the 87 years old, and I was helping him from the stroke, and he is back in his normal life. So doesn't mean when any stage of the life, can be childhood, teenagers, seniors, or even an early stage. We have a nail fungus here. We go more, so more testimonials. Fibromyalgia. Fibromyalgia is a mental, emotional issues. Lots of people are suffering these days. So thank you for today's call. I hope you like and enjoy it. If you have any question, I try to answer, or fire me privately. If you're really interested, go to bodytalksystem.com or bodytalksystemirlandvibli.com. Go there. Otherwise, I recommend you to watch again and listen to all connections, because such a broad Eastern and Western medicine is bring to the such is so complex to bring to in the 1 hour or 40 minutes what we had here together. Body talk, brain balance technique, do every day. And after let's say 14 or 21 days. See the difference. When you are doing the body talk balance technique, you can close your eyes. You can visualize. Some people visualize the joy. Some people visualize the healthy knees. So whatever you want to visualize, but keep practicing. Body talk, brain balance, cortisol technique should be for everyone, and it's free. You can blah blah every time, in the office, in the home, anywhere. I don't see any questions here. If you have any questions, just fire here. Even the Zoom will go on. I can still answer the questions because we are recording here. And even these presentations will be on some page in Dublin Mind Body Experience. No question here. So it's important to look after our body. Don't be